Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. What's up? What's popping? Duma? Like I. Now this is gonna be a disclaimer. I do not claim to know anything about relationships. I just speak from my experience and what I've seen through the years, okay? So take whatever you need from this video and implement it in your lives. I don't know, but I'm just speaking from my experience and my thoughts. So today's topic is gonna be setting boundaries in your relationship. If it's marriage, partnership, just a basic relationship with two people who are just in love and trying to navigate what is going on. Okay? So, setting boundaries. I think setting boundaries in the beginning, like the beginning. Setting boundaries at the beginning of the relationship or while you just started dating and you getting to know each other, I think that's when you should start telling that person you are interested in, what your boundaries are, what your expectations of what you want from them are. So from my point of view, I'll use myself as an example. Okay, let me say I am interested in someone, right? And that person is also interested in me. So we come together, he asks me out and say, look, you're okay, I like you and I want us to see where this can go. So we go for our first date. On my first date, I don't expect you to tell that person everything about you. That's just gonna be weird. Don't do that. But you should follow your own personal rules that you have set for yourself, not the ones you're setting for that person. So if I'm gonna go on a date with this guy who asked me out, my expectations of my personal rules is I'm not going to kiss this person on my first date. That's one of my rules. I won't kiss you in the beginning. I won't kiss you on our first date. Second rule, I won't drink any alcohol on our first date because I don't know you. I just started to seeing you for the first time, so I won't allow myself to cross that line of drinking alcohol with someone I just met. Second, I'm not going to let that person drive me home. Okay? So if you don't have a car, get a cab, get a taxi, get a bus. Do not let that person drive you home. if that's your first date. So if you have been dating this person for a long period of time, let's say 6 months, right? After 6 months, you relatively would say you know a little bit about that person, but not that much. But well enough to know what to expect at that moment, right? So you get comfortable drinking around them a little bit, not too much. You get comfortable about them driving you home from the date. You even get comfortable maybe allowing them to walk into your house and sit and have a dinner with you after 6 months. Now, if you have been dating for, let's say, a year and a half, most likely you're now comfortable with that person. I would be comfortable with the guy I'm dating after 1 year. And you're likely going to be also comfortable enough to allow him or her to see your extended family, like your friends, your cousins. For me, I would let them meet my friends and my extended family probably 1 year into the relationship. I would do that. That's the boundary I set for myself. It's different for everyone. You can say maybe 2 years, that's when you cross that boundary or that line of trust in your relationship. That's when I would say 1 year to 2 years. I'll say, look, here's my friend, here are my friends, this is my extended family. Now, the third year of your relationship or my relationship, I will be comfortable and I'll be willing to cross that boundary of, okay, I'm ready to let him meet my mom and dad. That's for me. 2 years to 3 years, that's for me. For you, it might be different. Like I said, we are different people. We deal with situation differently. So 2 years, 3 years, I'll allow him to meet my mom and dad. That's the boundary I'll cross. So setting boundaries is also letting that guy or girl know, look, I won't allow this kind of behavior in this relationship. I won't allow you to make me feel this way. I won't allow you to push my boundaries when I'm not ready. For example, this applies to every woman or man. If you are not ready to have intercourse with anyone, that person has no right to force you to have sex with them. Okay? If you're not ready, you're not ready. If I tell my partner or my boyfriend, look, I am not ready to cross that line with you, can you wait a little bit? I expect my partner or my boyfriend to go like, okay, fine, I understand, and I respect your boundaries. So I would have made sure that I would tell him in the beginning of our relationship, when it starts to become serious, So when your relationship becomes serious, that's when I would expect myself to go like tell that person that I'm not going to do this when I'm not ready. So please do not force me. It goes both ways, even for men. If you're not ready for that kind of level of commitment and emotional commitment, you cannot be forced. Because if you do force that person to cross the boundaries that they're not yet ready to cross with, they're going to resent you at the end. So there's also boundaries such as unwritten rules, like do not get involved with my friends if we break up. That's an unwritten rule that applies to most relationships. So if you and your boyfriend break up or your girlfriend break up, then you expect that person to not get involved with your close friends because you have already made that commitment of, okay, if we do break up, I won't go after your friends. Because you'll be literally like spitting in their faces, saying like, I don't care how you feel, or I don't care if you feel like I'm disrespecting you. So that's how I think boundaries can go in different ways. Boundaries can mean different things to different people. For me, is letting that person that I'm with that these are the lines that I won't even try to cross with you. Even if you asked me, even if you begged me, even if you paid me money, I will not do it. Because you are not ready. So you know what you're comfortable with and your moral standards and your what you expect from yourself. Your standards which you will not break at all. Those are the boundaries that you set with someone at the beginning of the relationship. Or even if you're married for a long period of time. So let's say I'm married for 25 years. Now, I obviously expect that person to know me in and out, like to the point where they can just read me without even speaking. So they'll know your boundaries without even you telling them this is the line you should not cross with me. This is what I won't allow you to do to me. Physically, emotionally, mentally, this is what I won't allow you to do. It doesn't matter how long you've been with that person, 25 years, 30 years, 50 years, 60 years. Your own personal boundaries should never, ever, ever change for anyone unless you allow them to change because you want them to change, not because someone told you to change them, because you allow them to change because you are ready and you're comfortable in changing them for yourself, not for that person you're with. So that's it for today. Please comment below on your thoughts and like and share if you want. Peace.